On my recent trip to Israel, we had a few hours layover in Philadelphia. I'd never been there, and so I wanted to go and see Christ Church, Independence Hall, and so I rented a bus and I took our group to downtown. Well, it was after visiting hours, but I had arranged ahead of time with the church and with a guide, and they let us in and gave us a tour of Christ Church. Our visit to Christ Church was more than to a church. It remains a shrine of the American Revolution. That's because Christ Church's congregation included 15 signers of the Declaration of Independence. Among the American Revolutionary War leaders who attended Christ Church was George Washington, Robert Morris, Benjamin Franklin, and Betsy Ross. Many other leaders of that era are buried in the churchyard cemetery. The picture shows me sitting in pew 70, the one owned by Benjamin Franklin. He not only paid for the pew, but also led the building fund campaign to put the steeple on the church. Never mind that he organized a lottery for that purpose. Still, they built the steeple, which remained the tallest structure in the colonies for 56 years. Betsy Ross, the famous maker of the American flag, sat down front on the left side, about the same area of the church where the pastors of Cedar Park sit each week. The sheer number of people from Christ Church who were the signers of the Declaration of Independence, that's significant by itself. But so is the role of their pastors. Their rector, Jacob Duché, was invited by the First Continental Congress to do the opening prayer and continued to be involved. During the war, the Reverend William White, the rector of Christ Church, served as chaplain to both the Continental Congress and the United States Senate. Leaving the front doors of the church, the short walk from Christ Church to Independence Hall. That journey is also a metaphor for America. Truly, the independence of America began in Christ Church and would never have happened without the particular Christian faith of our founders. The preachers of that era and the people who sat in the pews came to believe in America as God's particular plan. They not only preached and believed it, they acted upon it. The Revolutionary War didn't begin at Concord or Lexington. It began in the pulpits and pews of America. Without Christ Church, there is no Independence Hall. As a church here, we're celebrating America. We celebrate it as a movement of the Christian faith. We celebrate it as a fulfilling of the Great Commission, which Jesus said was to teach the nations to obey everything I've commanded you. Those early American pastors and Christians believed they were fulfilling the Great Commission by teaching this nation to obey everything that Jesus had commanded us. That was their vision. I'm not convinced that the effete pulpit and pews of today could ever produce America as they once did. Left up to us, I'm not sure it would happen. But I do hope that even tonight, and here at Cedar Park Church, we can build an understanding that will help in that process. Our understanding of who we have been, even though we're in a crisis today, by the grace of God, what we can be yet again.